weekly music class, Fake It Till You Make It. And we're going to be playing out of a fake book today. And just so you know, it's the ultimate fake book featuring over 1,200 songs. All right. We're going to be on page 44. And this is a really great song. I'm sure everyone's heard it. It's called Amazing Grace. And basically what a fake book does is it gives you the melody line, the basic rhythm, and the chords to play. And it kind of relies on you and your memory of the song or your imagination, your creativity to create a cool accompaniment. So if we go to page 44 and we look at the song Amazing Grace, it's written in the key of G, and our chords that we're going to have to know for it, we're going to have to know a G major chord. We're going to have to know a G7 chord and a C chord. And it looks like they've got an A chord and a D chord, back to a G chord. And then I added an E minor chord at the end of it. So the chords you're going to need to know is a G, a C, a D, an A, and an E minor. Okay. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through the melody line really quickly. And like I said, a fake book gives you the melody line, which either your instrument plays the melody line or your voice, and then it gives you the chords, so your instrument will play the chords, whether it be piano or guitar, and then it kind of relies on your ear to determine whether you're going to strum it, or you're going to finger pick it, or you're going to pluck it. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. That's why they call them fake books. You kind of fake your way through them, and if you think it sounds good, that's all really that matters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out the melody line first so I know what the melody line is, okay? And it starts, I'll go ahead and for you guys watching that play violin or flute or piano, because I just have a guitar, I'm going to go ahead and call out the names of the notes for you. So I'm going to start off with a D note, and it's going to be an open D string, to a G note, so open G string. So there we go. Then B, G, B, A, G, B, D, while I do this is it gives me the melody line for my ear so that when I sing it I kind of know where to start. The rest of the song is B, D, 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 G, B, E, G, G, E, D, 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 A, G. Okay. And make sure you print out the notes that will go with this class. So if you're watching this class outside of danmans.com or Music Lessons Television, make sure you go back to our site and you can log in and print out the notes that will kind of help you with what I just went over. So we got the melody line. Now we're going to put it with the chord. Now I got the chord, so I'm going to go, you know. Was I added the melody line with my voice and I put the chords in. Now if I was to do it with a strum, pick out the melody line, but I'm going to add the chords to it. So I'm going to start with my open D. I'm going to hit my G note, I'm going to hit the G chord. G chord. A note. G note with a C chord. E, a D note with a G chord. D note, G chord. E, chord, D note, D note with a G chord, D, G with a G chord, a D note to a C note, excuse me, an E note with a C chord, G, G, E, I'm going to hit a D note with a G chord, a D note with an E minor chord, D, G, E to a D chord, to a G chord. Put it all together, sounds like this. Key of G major. You're just going to play a G scale, and you can play any of the notes, but if you want to do a G scale, I'll do it from the top down. I'm going to start with my third finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, to the 2nd fret of the E string, to the opened E string, to the 3rd fret of the B string, to the 1st fret of the B string, to the open B string, to the 2nd fret of the G string, to the open G string. So it sounds like this. So whatever I play in that, if I play those chords, any of those notes will work. Now from the bottom up, I'm going to start here. I'm going to start with my 3rd finger on the G note. I'm going to go to the open A string, 2nd fret is the B, 3rd fret is the C, open D string with a D, 2nd fret is the E, 4th fret is the F sharp, and open G string is the G. So we got G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, and just keep going. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So any of those notes will work. Those chords. So that's how come you will watch people will strum through the song, sing through the song, and then they'll do a verse and they'll just kind of improvise and play random notes. And it's like, how does it fit? Well, it fits because they're playing the right melody tones with the right chords in the right key. And in this particular case, Amazing Grace, on page 44 of this fake book, is written in the key of G. So we're going to use the G scale. Just lock it there. And there we go. That's a little rendition of Amazing Grace. And that's going to be our guitar version of Fake it till you make it. Fake book.